Hello. Okay, so for today's session, you're going to need either a chair or an elevated step like stairs. So whichever you have at your disposal, you can use it. If you still have a problem with your wrists, then I'd recommend a chair because the chair is higher. However, if you're feeling pretty comfortable, then you can use the second or third step on the stairs. Okay, let's start with some breathing exercises. So legs are straight, so you get that nice hamstring stretch as you breathe it in, then breathe it out again. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Breathe it in again. Clasp your fingers, trunk twist to one side. Try and look as far back as you can and hold it, but keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Back to center, we're going to breathe in and out one more time. So breathing out on the way down, breathing in on the way up. Clasp your fingers and trunk twist to the other side. Okay, let's have our hands behind our head. We're going to start with knee raises. So really try and engage your core by pushing in your tummy. Alright, there you go. So we're going to do about 15 pairs of these. Please ensure that you're sucking in your tummy so that you really engage your core. Okay, this tests your balance, it tests your coordination, and it's very easy to do it just to finish. Okay, so we're gonna do it now like a pendulum from side to side. Again, we're gonna do this for 15 pairs. So go as low as you can. This is good for the obliques. These are the muscles that are found on the side of the body. So the lower you go, well, the more flexible you are. Try not to hold your breath as you do the movements. But again, we're going to do this for 15 pairs. And the last one. Next one, we're going to trunk twist to one side because what we're coming to do is that one. Okay? So, we're going to do this 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now bring in the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4. So try and keep your elbows high. They don't have to meet your knees if they can't. Technique is what we're looking at. So we're going to do this for 10 pairs. We're going to have 10 pairs, or rather 20 repetitions. And last one. Alright. Relax your arms. You can rotate your shoulders just to rest them. Do what feels good. You can decide to rotate your shoulders backwards. And then after 10 repetitions, you can do them forward again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we're gonna come to the place where we warm up the legs a bit. So we're gonna do the narrow squat. Okay, so feet are shoulder width apart, and we're gonna try and squat it down. So I'm still demonstrating, we haven't started yet. Okay, so the idea actually is that you should be able to, it's like you're sitting on a seat. So not just bending your knees, it's like you're trying to sit on a seat that's behind you. if the seat is the one that was there, I will be trying to sit on it. Okay, that is how we do that one. So don't just bend your knees. Alright, ready? And go. 1, 2. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. We're still in the warm-up phase. This is going to be important for one of the movements that we're going to have in today's class. Okay, so here's trying to show you that there are two ways we can do the workout that is coming up. The first one is to step up on the step like this. That's one variation. However, if you have a chair, then we'll do the one where we take a kneel and then get back up. Okay, so if you go down with the left, then the right is the last one. You come up with the right first and then the left. This is basically a kneeling lunge. Okay, so I'm going to go with the second variation. I'm going to assume that you have a seat. Next time we can do the one with a step. Okay, when you're ready, let's start. So left down, right up, and then left up. Good. So we're going to stick to one side first. We're going to do 5 repetitions for one side before we switch over to the other one. Again, even if you're using your arms are there just to support you. But the objective should be to keep the weight completely on your legs. Okay? Alright, good. Let's do one more. Okay, switch legs. There you go. So this is ideally a kneeling lunge, and it's very good if you usually have trouble going down. So this is a progression that we're using so that eventually we can be able to get on the mat comfortably and get back up without any issues, and then we can start doing our mat workouts. All right, let's go again and up. Good. I'll give you some time to rest, and then we'll do the same thing. So 5 repetitions for the first side, and then 5 repetitions for the other side. Alright, brilliant. Let's switch sides. Again, 5 repetitions for this side. And up. So remember, the arms are there mainly for support and for guidance. The idea is to not have your weight on your arms. Try and keep the weight on your legs the entire time. All right, good stuff, good stuff. I think you should be feeling that one on your thighs. What I'm curious is whether you were able to do all the repetitions or whether... Okay, so next one, I'm showing you in case you're going to use the wall. So you have the option of using the wall. So we're going to do mountain climbers. So if you're using the wall, that's how you do it. Otherwise, then if you have your seat or your step, then we're going to do them over here. So plank position, and then there you go. So if your wrists have an issue, then you can choose to do them on the wall or on a seat which is higher than the step. The higher it is, the less weight you have on your arms. Alright, let's go for real now. Alright, plank position, nice and steady, and then go. 1, 2, nice and slow, nice and controlled, don't be in a hurry to finish. There you go. Alright, last one, and hold it here, hold that position. We're going to hold the high plank in that position for a few seconds. Yeah, I thought I'd just sneak it in a very sneaky way. Alright, very good. Rest for a bit. We're going to go do that one more time. We're going to do that one more time, starting with the alternate mountain climbers, alternate slow mountain climbers, and then we're going to do the plank again. Alright, ready? Let's get into position and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold the last one. Hold it there. Hold it. Maintain the plank position nice and strong. Don't lift your behind up, and don't sink your tummy down. Holding and done. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so next one that you can use using the wall, depending on how your wrists are, is this is a modified squat. Yeah, so you start with legs straight, and then it's like you're sitting on the air. Okay, so it's similar, but you won't quite feel the movement like when you do it when you're doing it on the seat, because this one now really engages your core. All right, so it's like you're sitting on the air and then coming back into the plank, sitting on the air and then coming up on the, yep, very good. Okay, so I guess that is demonstration done. I hope you've got it. So now we're about now to start for real. We'll do 10 repetitions. Okay, ready? And go. 1, 2, so push yourself as far back as you can. And 3, 4, we have 5 more to go. Alright, pretty good, pretty good. So I'm going to do that one more time, and then I'll give you some time to get some water or whatever else that you may need to get. Juice maybe, preferably water. And then we'll see what comes next. But for now, let's do that one more time. So ready position, plank position, nice and steady, and seat on the air. And forward. That's 1, 2, 3. We have 6 more to go. Alright, you can get yourself a glass of water, you can catch your breath, you can also walk around. When you get back, we're going to be doing a second set of everything that we've done, and then we can call it a day. Now, as much as we only have one more set left, that doesn't mean that we're going to rush through it. We're still going to be paying attention to technique, form, and execution. So grab yourself a glass of water, and then I'll see you back here. Alright, with the hands behind the head, so we're going to do the knee ups, or the high knees. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, tucking in the tummy, 9, 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So really drive up that knee as high as you can. 9 and 10 more to go. 1, 2, really drive up those knees. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright. Pendulum. Right, left, right, and left, right, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more to go. 9 and 10. Alright, trunk twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Combine it with the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your elbows high. 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2. Alright, relax your arms. You can rotate your shoulders. Do what feels good. Alright, let's do the modified kneeling lunges. And then up we go. So you can choose to keep your knee there. Okay, it's a lunge. But since we've been we're trying to work on being able to go down and up to the mat. So you can either choose to do it with your knee up like that, or you can take the knee down as we were doing in the beginning. All right, 3. This is just to show you that this is another way you can do it, which is how it brings out that knee lunge and really nicely works out the thigh. All right, switch over to the other side. And that's 1. We have 4 more to go. All right, that's 2. And 3. 2 more to go. 4. Last one. And 5. All right. Rest it for a bit. We're going to switch over to the other side. Again, 5 repetitions. So, seeing as we're trying to be able to walk all the way, to get all the way to the mat, I'd recommend you do the one where both knees come down. Okay, but you can choose. You choose the one that is good for you. All right, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So we're almost done with the second set. Well, almost is an interesting word to use, but we're making progress. So, mountain climbers in this position here. So you can either do them on the wall or you can do them as we did them in the first set. All right, ready? And go. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. You realize that the more controlled you are, the slower you do them, and you're doing the same number of repetitions, you'll engage your core a lot more than if you rushed through them. But anyway, that's a whole other different science. So for now, for today's class, we're going to focus on the slow one, the slow rhythm. All right, good stuff. So we have 1 more to go. I know I haven't done the plank. I'll bring in the plank later on. So at least for the mountain climbers, we'll not have the plank afterwards. All right, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Hopefully I didn't lose count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I never lost count. When I was doing this, I thought I lost count because at some point I got distracted. But okay. Yep. Okay. So the next one is the one where we sit on the air. So you can choose to do it with the wall, but it won't quite target the core as much as when you do it on the seat or on the step, just like we did in the first set. Okay, so pay attention because I'll throw in the plank after this one. All right, that's 1, 2, 7 more to go, 4, 5, and plank it. Hold it, hold it. Hold it as long as you can. I hope your wrists aren't suffering. All right, very good. So today is just some minor hold, but I still hope you're getting that nice holding workout in. All right, so we're gonna do that one more time, and I threw in a little surprise as we're finishing this one, since we're on the way to finishing. All right, so it starts very normally, where you sit on the air, and 1, 2. Now you can choose to continue with this normal one, but after this one, it changes a bit. So you go back and then you come back with one leg. You go back down, come up with the other one. If this one is tricky, you can stick to the normal one that we started with. There you go. Back, come back with the leg, go back, other one. All right, and hold the plank. Hold it, hold it. All right, good stuff, good stuff. So, the good news is that we are done with today's workouts. So if you have a glass of water, I hope you've been hydrating throughout the class. We're gonna get into some stretching, and then we can call it a nice day. So the first one is gonna stretch the quads. So grab your ankle. You can support yourself on the wall, but if you're able to do it without any support, even better. So holding it here for a bit, try and really squeeze that ankle to your glute or to your butt, if you don't know what a glute is. And then the same leg with support. You can either lift it there. If you can do it without support, then squeeze that knee towards yourself. Then we're going to work on the ankles. So point your feet down, point them up. In scientific language, we call it plantar flexion when you point them down, and then dorsiflexion when you point your feet up. So plantar flexion, and then good to go. All right, let's stretch the other leg now. So let's start with having it back there. So really try and squeeze your heel to your butt, or to your gluteus maximus, which is your butt muscles. Hold it for a bit, maintain your balance if you're doing it without holding anything. And then from there, with support or without support, hold your knee out in front of you, and then plantar flex your foot, i.e. point your toes to the ground, and then dorsiflex, i.e. point them in the opposite direction. Then plantar flex your foot and dorsiflex. Usually we call it plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. All right, very good. Let's come to the hip now. So we're going to do 5 rotations to one side. That's 1. 2. Again, remember we're not rotating the upper body. The movement is coming from the hip, from the waist. So you can use your fingers and your hands to guide your movements, to guide you through the movement. All right, switch. So 5 times the other direction. I think that should be about 2. Let's stretch the obliques. So right arm up, and then go over to one side and hold it. Don't hold your breath. So try and really breathe through this stretch, even if it is a very uncomfortable and unnatural position. Keep breathing. All right, then switch over to the other one and take it down to that side. And remember to keep breathing, especially if you have any heart risk factors, you're prone to cardiac arrest or heart attack or whatever, then you need to keep breathing. Otherwise, if you stop, then yeah, it can get very tricky. Alright, trunk twist to one side. Hold it, try and look as far back as you can. Okay, and then switch over to the other side. Again, same thing. Try and look as far back as you can. If you have a door or an ornament behind you, make sure you can see it and you see the whole of it. Okay, let's rotate the neck. So 5 times one direction and then 5 times the other. So the idea is to do it nice and slow. So don't just run through it, and then take your head through all the possible corners that it can go. Okay, switch direction. So 5 times the other direction. Okay, so to finish off today, I'm gonna do breathing in and out, but this time picking it up all the way from there. So bending your knees, then breathing out as you go back down. I'm gonna do this 3 times only. This is the second one. Breathe it in, and then breathe it out. Bend your knees. This is the last one. Breathe it in, and then breathe it out. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. I'll see you in the next class. Bye bye.